What's going on, guys? It's Groove back again, breaking down another one of my favorite chapters from Bitcoin, Everything Divided by 21 Million. I really enjoy this book because it hits Bitcoin from all different angles. With this chapter, it's talking about ownership and what does that mean. Bitcoin is just information at the end of the day. When you transfer your Bitcoin from an exchange to a cold storage wallet, you have certain keys that unlock that Bitcoin. And so you can store those keys in your head. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is the only thing that you can own because it's yours and it can't be taken from you. So Bitcoin is information that only you know. So it's yours. And that's kind of like the first time that we've ever been able to own anything in this world. Everything else can be taken from you. Your house can be taken from you, your car, anything that is physical, which is kind of wild to think about. Like the only thing that can't be taken from you, it can't be physical. You know, a lot of people will sit there and say, I'm not messing with Bitcoin. I'd rather own gold or silver because I can touch it, I can feel it. I wasn't really arguing, but somebody talked to me and they were saying that they would rather own Pogs because they can touch them. Anything that is physical can be taken from you. The whole point of ownership is it's yours. It's, somebody can't take it from you. It's unconfiscatable. Anything physical in this world can be taken from you. At the end of the day, it's not really yours. It may be in your possession, but you don't really own it. And so it's wild to think about that. It's like Bitcoin is the first thing ever that we have that is yours. Only you know those keys to unlock that Bitcoin and send value to other people. And even to take that a little further, he talks about how, the only thing that we can really own in this world is Bitcoin and time. Just how wild that is. We've never owned anything in our lives. You've never owned your car. You've never owned your house. Like if you get in trouble, the government can come take your house. If you don't pay your registration fee, the government can come take your car or your license. You don't own anything. For the first time in history, the only thing that we've ever been able to own is Bitcoin. And that's just because it's a non-physical language. It's just math that we have the keys that we can store in our own head. It's wild to think about. When you just sit there and think about that, you've never owned anything and you never will. Anything physical that you have is not yours. At the end of the day, it can be taken from you. Yeah, I had to sit with that one for a while. And then he starts talking a little bit about the dollar and the fiat system that we live under. Going back to the only thing that we've ever owned in this world is Bitcoin and our time. We have to trade our time for a currency that, central banks around the world can just manipulate and print up. Like a lot of people hear the term like, oh, they just print more money. They print more money. Money printer go burr. But they're not even really printing the money. Most of the money in circulation is just an entry on a database. It's just somebody sitting there saying, oh, how much money do we need? Oh, we need an extra $1 trillion. Okay, $1 trillion, enter, and now we've just expanded the money supply by another $1 trillion. And so you have to go trade one of your valuable assets, your time, for something that can just be created out of thin air. And so you don't even own your money at the end of the day. And he talks about how that really changes behaviors in people. And we start thinking about life differently. It shortens our time horizon. We're not thinking 5, 10, 15 years out. It starts to shorten it to next payday, next week, I got to buy groceries for my family. You can't think long term, so you can't even plan your life out correctly because you're just thinking until next week or next paycheck. It's kind of wild how the thing that we work for is just, again, created out of thin air and how much that changes the behaviors of a society. If you've been into the cryptocurrency world, they say every other coin besides Bitcoin is a crap coin. And he says that the entire fiat system, the dollars that we work and trade our time for, the currency in whatever country you're in, he says those are all crap coins. He says this whole thing is a pyramid scheme to control you. It kind of is in a way. Like if you wanted to do a specific thing, say you wanted to be a teacher because you love teaching kids, but you know that job doesn't pay very well. And so now you go do a job because it pays more, even though you don't like it. That's kind of a form of control. And so this is how you see all these people that are outside today. Oh, I hate my job. I can't wait to get off. I don't want to be here. And it's because the money that we're using, which is fake, is making you choose a different path in life that makes you unhappy. It's kind of wild how this money that people control can control you with it and how much it controls you to go take paths in life that are completely different. It's wild. And again, like he said, the only thing you own is your time and Bitcoin. And these people that control this crap coin, which is the dollar, they control your time and make you go do things that don't even bring you happiness or joy, or not really like you should be working for happiness or joy, but you can't even go down and pursue your passions and your goals because you're like, oh, I need to make more money, so let me do this job instead. You know, it's just all kind of wild how it all connects to each other. It's like, the only thing you can own is your time, which is manipulated by people that can just print money out of thin air. And so now you choose a certain different path in life. It makes you behave different. It makes you act different. It makes you go somewhere else, and it shortens your time horizon. All of this can be fixed with Bitcoin, according to those who have been down the rabbit hole of sound money and what that would do to the world. But yeah, I really enjoyed this chapter about ownership, understanding that you only can ever own two things in this world as of right now. And both of those, they have to be not of this physical realm, your time and Bitcoin. And those are the only two things you can own. Everything else can be confiscated from you. It's just, you're just renting it. It's kind of wild to think about, but again, it's kind of true. So yeah, hit a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.